Welcome everybody, this is How to English. Teach and learn with Gav and Em.
It's a podcast about teaching and learning English as a foreign language.
All opinions stated are personal and references will be given when necessary.
Hello, Gav.
Em, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to you and all of our followers.
Yeah, good to be here.
And do you remember what we're doing, Em?
We are going through the alphabet of TEFL and everything involved in teaching and learning it. And today's letter is J, which actually was quite a challenge for me.
Was it? Because I didn't find too much trouble organising my topics around the letter of J. I thought it would be more difficult, but actually I've got plenty for today.
Oh, that's good. I've got a couple of things, but I must admit I needed a bit of help with that. I may have used some computer assistance just to jog my memory. Actually, I didn't get that one.
J for jog my memory.
Jog my memory.
And what is to jog your memory?
To jog someone's memory is to gently remind them. And we should be doing that with our students.
Is that a gentle prompt?
Yeah, and our students need their memories jogged a lot if they're going to remember anything we teach them.
You can't really prod them in the eye, so how do you do that?
I think you invite conversations that reflect things you've already studied in the class, things you've taught. You may want to go back to that topic or come at it from a different angle.
Or simply say, apple or banana.
I spend a lot of my time saying things like
Window.
window, yeah. So you might want to give them the first letter or the first sound of the word if they can't remember that word, or even a definition of the word. Or do you remember we talked about it last week and it's the thing made of glass and it's in front of you. It lets the light in.
Window.
Jogging. Jogging is good for your physicality and also good mentally.
Yes, jogging your memory. I also have plenty of J starting topics, and I'd like to begin with this one, Em, if you're ready.
I'm ready.
Please define these three words and tell me how they're different, or perhaps similar. Jam, jelly, marmalade.
Okay. Jam is... I'm going to start with jelly. No, I'm going to start with marmalade. Marmalade is always a citrus fruit, as far as I know.
Citrus meaning lemon,
Lemons,
lime,
oranges, limes.
oranges.
That's the rule with marmalade. Jelly
That's the rule.
It is a rule. Jelly and jam, I'm not sure, because I'm from the UK, so jelly is not something I'm familiar with. And I have had this conversation in an American diner quite recently, and an American person assured me that jelly was thicker than jam, but I was sure it was the opposite way round. And then I started saying, well, isn't it something to do with the fruit content? Which I always thought jam had more fruit in and jelly was a more thinner, liquidy kind of spread. But I'd love to know because I never actually got to the bottom of it. I forgot to check it out.
The bottom of the jar or the bottom of this topic?
The topic. What is the difference?
I think you were right, and the other diner may have been incorrect in their...
Well, it was the server.
Oh.
Somebody who was an expert on this, but no, I was right. It was jelly that's thinner than jam.
According to my sources, jelly is juice only. Whereas...
Sauces, you mean OU sauces, not like ketchup sauces. That's a different category.
Nice. Jelly is juice only, jam is whole or crushed fruit.
That's what I thought.
Typically berries.
Uh-huh.
The texture of jam would be thick and lumpy.
Yes.
Whereas jelly would probably be smooth but firm.
Yes. Oh, maybe then firm is fine, but
Fruit bits in jam?
Yes.
In jelly?
No. That's the difference. Okay, I was right. I'm glad I got it straight in my head.
And jam is popular where?
Jam is popular everywhere, isn't it? I mean, the UK, jam.
You're absolutely right. The UK and worldwide, whereas jelly...
More American.
...is particularly popular in the US.
I think Brits like lumpy bits, but maybe not always seeds. But anyway, when you say to your students all of this, and you may spend quite a long time explaining it, Do you feel like they really care? Because I've had students that just shrug, like, yeah, well, whatever. We all know it's marmalade, even though it's strawberry.
Well, that's really the reason why I brought this up, is because I want my students to stop saying marmalade when they mean jam or jelly.
They don't stop, though, Gav. In my experience, they all just say marmalade because they don't believe you when you say it's only citrus fruit. You can keep trying to fight that battle.
Well, you need to find a way of convincing them, Em, because marmalade is a citrus fruit plus sugar, of course, and it may also contain peel or rind pieces.
I like thick cut marmalade. No point otherwise. I'm sorry, I'm not a jelly fan. Definitely no jelly in my cupboards.
All right, Em. Well, that was my first J topic. Have you got something to start with?
That was great. Yeah, let's start with jargon, Gav. Jargon.
J for jargon?
J for jargon.
Is this everyday jargon? Is this business jargon?
I'm going to say business jargon because I teach a lot of business people. So have you got any ideas about what business jargon is going around these days?
Well, I'm typically thinking outside of the box.
Outside the box is jargon. You mean like blue sky thinking? How is blue sky thinking different to outside the box?
Well, last time somebody pinged me and explained this,
Ooh.
meaning they contacted me via the internet or something, blue sky thinking is not a phrase I use, but I have seen it a lot. You might have to explain that one.
I think it's quite similar, but there are no limits to blue sky thinking. So you could say it may be an impractical and unrealistic idea, which you may want to start with, and then you come back down to reality a little bit more.
A kind of moonshot, but hopefully you will get there.
I don't know what a moonshot is actually, but I think that's when you shoot for the stars. So much jargon in this today. Yeah, they're all kind of connected, but I think out of the box thinking is just creative thinking. Blue sky thinking is really far out there.
Limitless,
and could be something you need to rein in a bit in the future.
I like all of those expressions. How do you teach those?
Well, that is a good question. I have got a slideshow that has a lot of phrases with jargon on it, and I tend to ask students at the beginning if they recognise any of the jargon phrases, and they may know maybe 3 or 4 of them.
How do they know them? Do they come across them at work?
Yes, I think a lot of the time these phrases come up in meetings. Like, for example, there's a bottleneck in production, which means, Gav,
There's a delay because too much is trying to enter. Exit? I'm not sure.
I think both ways. There could be bottlenecks in both directions, but it's a blockage, a stopping, an obstacle, a problem that is causing a delay.
Sounds like manufacturing, but in fact it could be a number of things.
Yes, you have also a bottleneck on a road where you're not moving or the traffic is very slow because of 3 lanes going into one.
I'm picturing a bottle with its neck much narrower than the lower section of that bottle, and therefore when I try to pour my liquid out, it will be slowed down by that narrowing bottleneck.
Nice to picture it, because if you had no neck on the bottle, you would literally be pouring it out of a cup.
That would be a glass.
It would just be a glass and it would flow freely. Yes, those sort of things help. But then there's other phrases that may be a bit more difficult to picture, like flavour of the month. How would you explain that?
If I tried to explain that one, I might picture an ice cream van driving down the road, playing that boo, 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 boo music. And then it stops outside my flat, and I look in the window of this ice cream van, and I can see in the centre of the poster in the window is the most popular ice cream of this season.
Which could be something like bubblegum flavour.
I was thinking raspberry, actually.
Which is also blue. No idea why. Yeah, exactly. They have a special feature ice cream, maybe for the week, maybe for the month. But even if you say flavour of the month, it just means it's popular at the moment.
It's trending.
It's trending. I'm not going to say anything because whatever I say is going to seem dated in a few weeks' time. Everyone who's following along, you can obviously think now there is something in the news or something popular. It's usually...
it could be bubblegum. You never know.
Could be. But it's usually something, somebody, music, a product that's selling. It's usually a positive thing, I would say. It's not like a news story that's about some kind of disaster that's flavour of the month. It's a popular person, a movie.
A product.
Yeah. So you actually have helped with the ice cream van if you are familiar with what they are. Because I'm sure in some countries the concept of someone travelling around in a little van that's all pink and cute looking with a song playing out that's just dispensing ice cream is a bit of a weird one.
It is, but you have to pay for it. It's not free.
No, of course it's not free. That would be a magical place that we lived. Yes, so flavour of the month, you might need to explain it, you might need pictures, but jargon is a very important part of language, and there are some examples for you.
They were some brilliant examples. So it's language used in a specific situation or industry or culture or something?
Sounds good to me, Gav.
I like it. My next J is jokes. TEFL themed jokes.
Oh, I'm looking forward to this. Have you got some?
I have, but I'm not sure you're going to enjoy them very much. How could we present our jokes to our students to make them interactive and informative and practicing language, Em?
I've done jokes in a lesson, not TEFL jokes, but jokes, just regular jokes. One student's got the question and the other student's got the punchline. And if you're in a real life situation, you can mingle and try and find the answer to your joke.
Well, not if there's only two of you.
Well, that's the problem if it's a one-to-one or a pair. Maybe you could just cut up the jokes so they've got to match them together. And if it's online, I'm not sure exactly how I'd do that. Maybe you just share the screen and show all the students the punchline and then you read the joke and they've got to choose the best punchline for that joke.
Oh, I like that. So you read the first half and they can see the second half and they just need to tell you which one matches.
And hopefully it's funny when they say it. Yeah.
Well, jokes never are when you have to explain them. I know that much.
That's why I don't tend to do jokes in lessons, because it does always end up with explaining why it's funny and by then nobody cares.
Well, I don't think I need to explain these ones to you, Em. I've got 10 jokes and you have to tell me which is the best of my 10 jokes. Are you ready?
Oh, it's a ranking thing. I'm not going to remember 10 jokes.
You only need to remember one.
All right, I'm just going to choose my favourite as we go along.
Number 1. How is a TEFL teacher similar to a judge?
I don't know, Gav. How is a TEFL teacher similar to a judge?
They write too many sentences.
Ooh, clever.
Em, you didn't laugh very much at that one.
No, that wasn't funny.
Let me try number 2. Why did Em's students struggle with the word information?
I don't know. Why did my students struggle with the word information?
Because it was uncountable.
That doesn't make sense. That's not funny.
Well, they were struggling because they couldn't count it. Oh, it's
Next.
terrible. Number 3. What's the best gift for Gav's birthday?
I don't know. What's the best gift for Gav's birthday?
A present perfect.
Not bad. I was thinking about a perfect present, but I see what you've done. That's quite clever.
I switched it to say present perfect. Number 4. I told my student a joke about the past perfect, but they had already heard it.
Oh, clever.
You liked number 4, didn't you?
That's good, because it's educational and funny.
Number 5. Why was the preposition fed up?
I don't know. Why was the preposition fed up?
Because it was left hanging.
Too technical. Okay, yeah.
Number 6. What's the similarity between atoms and phrasal verbs?
I don't know. What is the similarity between atoms and phrasal verbs?
They both have particles.
I like that. That one's nice.
Number 7. What's a TEFL teacher's favourite drink?
I don't know. What is a TEFL teacher's favourite drink?
A cup of TEFL.
Groan. No.
Number 8. My students asked me why we have to learn the third conditional.
And what did you say?
I said, if you had studied it, you wouldn't be asking me now.
That's a bit like the past perfect joke. I think I liked it the first time.
Number 9. Why are English teachers so relaxed?
I'm not sure I agree with that, Gav, but I'll go along with it. Why are English teachers so relaxed?
Because they know there's no stress on the second syllable.
Complicated. Okay. So
Do you get it, Em?
yeah, no stress on the second syllable.
Teachers. The stress is on the first syllable.
Teach.
Teachers. Not teachers. It's teachers. Number 10. What does TEFL stand for?
Teaching English as a foreign language.
totally exhausted from listening.
Oh.
Or tears, espressos, frustration and laughter.
Nice. I think I've heard them all now, and I'm going to choose the past perfect joke as my top joke.
That was number 4. I told my students a joke about the past perfect, but they had already heard it.
I like that one.
Thanks, Em. Can you introduce us to your next J topic?
My next J topic is joiners.
Late joiners? Early joiners?
No, I wasn't thinking about students. I was thinking about the words, joining words, also known as conjunctions.
I was going to say they're
We
conjunctions,
could
aren't they?
have done this for C, but I'm doing it for J. So joining words or conjunctions. Have you taught them, Gav? Do your students use them?
My students, fortunately, already use them. I have taught them in the past, and even I got a bit confused, and I feel like I'm punishing my students when I make them do conjunction exercises. I remember listing them. Some of them are leading to something. Some of them are after a clause. One is dependent on the other, etc., etc.
Yeah.
I sometimes get a little confused myself, Em.
I think it's hard to go through all the rules. Sometimes it's better to just test your students' knowledge and see if they can produce the sentences.
And then break them down, break down those conjunctions.
If you need to. I mean, if they can produce them, maybe you don't need to even do that. I'm just going to send you something now, Gav. So imagine we're in a lesson and I say, right, we're going to do an exercise. I'm going to email you student A and I'm going to be student B. If you open your email, you should have student A and you can see you have sentences and every alternate sentence is completed and then you've got sentences that have spaces. I've got the same sentences as you, but the opposite ones have gaps. We need to complete the sentence with something that is grammatically correct, but also matches what I have or what you have on the page.
You have to get exactly what I have written here correct.
That's it.
You'd have to be a mind reader, Em.
Well, you might find it a bit easier than you think. Let's say you get 3 tries, and if you don't get it right, I'll tell you what it is. So we're not here all day, okay? You start with number 1. You've got a space. I've got the full sentence. I'll tell you if you get it right.
Number 1. Even though, ... comma, he isn't very generous. I think I know this already.
See,
You're right.
You're surprising yourself. Go on.
Even though he's rich, he isn't very generous.
That is exactly what I have written down.
I know exactly who this is.
We can all imagine somebody. Scrooge. Scrooge McDuck. Is that who you're thinking of?
That was it.
I've got number 2, which has a gap. Despite ... he's still a bit overweight. Despite going to the gym every day, he's still a bit overweight.
Is not correct. That's a good sentence, but it's not the sentence I have written here.
Despite a strict diet, he's still a bit overweight.
Does it need to be word for word, or will I accept something very close?
I think we are of a level where you could push me to be word for word, but you might need to help me by saying what word was wrong or how to change it a bit.
Despite and a diet, but it was the action that we need to correct here.
Despite being on a diet?
Not being.
Despite his diet?
Sounds like you're travelling.
Travelling? Despite going on a diet. Okay,
Exactly.
That's very hard to understand. Despite going on a diet, he's still a bit overweight.
Very, very good. Number 3, you should turn off your TV at night so as to ... save energy.
Oh, very close. Not energy. Save something else.
Save the world.
No.
Save the dolphins.
No.
Save power.
Same idea. Not power, not energy. Starts
Electricity.
with... Yes.
Yay for me.
Say that again.
You should turn off your TV at night so as to save... Was it the dolphins?
No.
Energy.
No.
Power.
No.
Electricity.
Here we go. Okay. Next one. In spite of the fact that she ... she still found a good job. In spite of the fact that she had no training, she still found a good job.
I'm not sure you're going to guess this, although it is connected very closely to what we're giving our students.
Oh, in spite of the fact that she had excellent education, she still...
No, I'm not suggesting we give people excellent education.
That still doesn't make sense. In spite of the fact that
it's a language.
Didn't speak English, she still found a good job.
And it's not in the past.
Oh, in spite of the fact that she doesn't speak English, she still found a good job.
Correct.
Oh, very good. I'm going to stop there. We could continue. You get the idea. What's happening is we're making these sentences based on our grammar knowledge without even really thinking about it. And if we had gaps in our grammar knowledge, then the teacher would have to up that level, help, explain the grammar. But I think a lot of my students at this level could produce those sentences, or even just with a little bit of careful guidance, they'd get there in the end. You might not need to go through everything, with the correct grammar and the prepositions and all the jazz that goes with that.
I might show them a simple grammar chart that could explain despite, which is showing contrast, unexpected results. So as to is showing intention or reason.
Okay, or in order to.
Even though shows strong contrast, and in giving some examples with each of those might be useful for our learners.
Yeah, you could do that as a follow-up or even just as a homework task that they can look at it and study it if they want to. But I think sometimes turn the lesson on its head, start with the production part, start with the practice, see if they can do it first and then work backwards. And I think joiners is one of those lessons I tend to avoid sometimes because I don't know how to go about it, but that could be a good idea.
Em, you must remember to be prepared just in case they fail.
Of course, yes.
I'd like to talk about Jeopardy.
Jeopardy the game?
It is a game. It's very popular in the United States of America, I've heard.
You get the answer, but you have to find out what the question is.
You have to make the question. That's it, exactly.
Right. You might have to go through it with me first.
Imagine a board. We've got categories along the top. Say, for example, we've got 5 categories. And below each category, we've got 100 points, 200 points, 300 points, 400 points, and 500 points. What you need to do is to choose one of those categories and then tell me how much you would like to earn from making this question.
Right.
And the higher price the question, then more difficult the answer is.
Got it. What are the categories, Gav?
They're all idioms. This is Idioms Jeopardy. Number 1, animal idioms. Number 2, food idioms. Number 3, body idioms. Number 4, colour idioms. Number 5, out there idioms. And remember, you can choose 100 points, 200 points, 300 points, 400 points, and 500 points.
I'm going to go with animal idioms for 500 points.
Wow, you're jumping right in at the deep end. Let's begin with this answer. They would be called the black sheep of the family.
They are the outsider or the person who has done something to be ashamed of, or maybe that's not conventional.
Make that into a question for me, please.
Oh yeah, it's Jeopardy. What is a person who has done something to shame the family and is outcast?
I like that. My answer is, what is the odd or different member of the family / group? But I'm going to give you that.
Thanks.
500 points.
Technically, I think that question would have to have called at the end. What is that? Blah, 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 called. Or who is the person? No, I don't know. But I got it right. Sorry, Gav, I'm a teacher. That's what I do.
Give me another category and how many points you would like to get from this. Animals, food, body, colour, out there.
Let's try out there for 200.
M, for 200 points, you say, I've hit the nail on the head.
I'm not sure how to phrase it as a question. What do you say if you say it perfectly? Or what do you say if you say something that I was thinking exactly the same thing?
That is also correct.
I think I hit the nail on the head there, Gav.
You did hit the nail on the head. You get 200 points. Em, you've got 700 points already. Give me another category.
Animals. And I'm going to go for 400 points.
Animal idioms, 400 points. When you're facing a difficult task bravely, and you might want to clasp at this animal's body parts.
I have absolutely no idea.
Oh, no.
Oh, I do, I know. Now I know. What is to take the bull by the horns?
Correct! Word for word. That was perfect. That's another 400. You got 1,100 points or pounds from that. I'm not sure exactly where that money's coming from, but congratulations.
Woo!
You Jeopardied.
I'm sure that's what they say on the TV programme. That is fun. I like it. And it fits into lots of different vocabulary, grammar, exercises.
Emma, I have a little confession there.
What?
That was written by a very well-known AI.
Was it really? Well, I was enjoying every moment. That's how easy it is, people, to come up with a lesson that's amazing.
Obviously, I had to check it, and there were a couple of little errors, but yeah, that was very cool. Jeopardy.
Have we got time for one more? My last J word is jazz chants.
Em, I've got my jazz hands ready. Tell me.
You might need those hands because I'm going to need you to clap in time with what I say.
Is this intonation practice? We did that last time.
It's not intonation, really. It's rhythm. And I did this exercise on my very first training day. This was my first ever lesson about teaching, and I've never forgotten it. If we just start clapping slowly, and we say...
Should we clap in time?
Try, clap in time. And we say pronouns like you, me, him, her. Say it with me. You, me,
him, her.
You, me, him, her. And then we add an extra word. We say, it's you, it's me, it's him, it's her.
Em, it's getting faster.
No, it shouldn't be getting faster. Don't change your clap. Say it with me.
It's you, it's me, it's him, it's her. It's you, it's me, it's him, it's her.
Now we add another word. It's you and it's me and it's him and it's her.
It's you and it's me and it's him and it's her. Should the followers be trying this too?
Definitely. Okay, we're going to do one more with one extra word. Ready?
Yes.
It's you and then it's me and then it's him and then it's her.
It's you and then it's me and then it's him and then it's her. It's you and then it's me and then it's him and then it's her.
Stop there. What have you noticed about that rhythm?
I managed to fit all those words into the same gap between my claps.
Doesn't that tell you something about English?
It's really fast.
It can be, but the rhythm of it doesn't really change. You're still hitting the same stress on the same part of the sentence, even if you're putting in all those words at the end.
It was really musical as well.
What's nice is then if you go back after you do the it's you and then it's me and then it's him and then it's her. You, me, him, her. It's you and then it's me and then it's him and then it's her.
Wow.
You, me, him, her. You can go through every variation. You can do lots of different ways of saying it. You can add extra words, but I liked it and I've never forgotten it. I'm not sure how it's useful, but
we should
I
practice that more often in our classes. I'm going to celebrate your jazz chants with some jazz hands.
Thanks. I can see them now. They're lovely. That's me done with J. So have you got any more J for us?
I've got one more J because I have been teaching this topic this week and then I suddenly thought, hold on, that begins with J. Our latest episode of the pod is about J. Let's do J for jobs.
Of course, J for jobs. We all talk about jobs at some point. What angle are we coming at with jobs today?
I am going to read a quote from a person who does a specific job and you can tell me what the job is that they do. So what's the occupation of this person? And you're right, Em, we do talk about jobs all the time because that's very, very important. So we should remember.
Right, okay.
Looks like you've got a blockage in the U-bend. I need to take the whole thing apart and clean it properly.
That's a plumber.
Nice.
Not something you want to hear, but yes, that is a plumber, a very important job.
We'll start with a deep cleanse and I'll apply the exfoliating mask. Just relax and let me know if anything stings.
I was thinking plumber again, but I think at the end of that I got beautician or beauty therapist. Am I close?
That's exactly what I was thinking. Sounds like your timing belt's worn out. If we don't replace it soon, you could end up with serious engine damage.
Well, the engine really helped at the end of that. That's a mechanic.
We understand people are struggling, but this policy will help bring long-term stability. We're listening to your concerns.
Why am I not believing you? This is a politician, I think.
We're currently cruising at 35,000. Oh, I should say, and 20 minutes.
Pilot?
It is pilot. Well done. I'll just scan your loyalty card. Oh, you've got a free coffee voucher if you want to use it today.
That's a barista.
It is a barista.
Like that.
Well done.
Love that loyalty card.
I bet you've got plenty of loyalty cards hidden away in your purse.
I have indeed. This is usually where I go over the phrases that we haven't had a chance to talk about today, Gav, but I'm thinking I haven't got any, actually. Or there was one, which we didn't talk about, which I think's important, that we have mentioned in a previous episode, but it was journaling.
That is a very important topic for learners, and they can write down their thoughts and their feelings in English at the end of the day.
Yeah, I think it's worth a mention. Don't forget journaling. It's a very worthwhile activity, and if your students are into that kind of thing, it can really help improve their English.
I think you've neglected some other J's today.
Oh, have you got some more? Go on.
Well, they're not really topics, but they are J's that we might want to use with our students. We might say, today was a very joyful lesson or episode.
That's nice.
It was quite jocular.
Not so common, but okay. Jocular, yes.
Humorous, playful, full of jokes.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps we had a jaw-dropping moment.
Yeah.
The lesson was just right.
Nice.
Had nice flow in it.
It was a journey.
Yes, journey is also a nice word to end the episode. I feel like I've been on a journey with you, Em.
It was a nice journey. I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it too, and I hope the followers did. Em, did we mention coffee?
No, we didn't.
ko-fi.com/howtoenglishpod. If you want to send us some appreciation in liquid form.
Oh, yeah, we could buy some juice, not just coffee.
That is a very good point. Juice.
I love juice.
To have with our jam.
Or for breakfast. Juice and jam and toast and...
Not too much jelly.
Okay, we're not good at ending, are we, Gav? We need to get better.
It's nearly 200 episodes in, I think. I think it's too late now, Em.
Still working at it. I've always got hope that we'll just finish on a real...
Hi.
Yeah.
Bye.